Hello everyone, you're watching SK Live. I'm your host Indranil Basu. Today we have Mr. Kiran More with us. Sir, welcome to SK Live. You must have seen the proceedings in the morning today. Very disappointing.
Absolutely. I think England played super cricket. They came with the plan and they were bang on. I think toss was also very crucial, but they played
Awesome.
outstanding cricket. Outstanding cricket. You cannot underestimate English team because they always come prepared. It's not only cricket. we know the history very well.
Yeah. They've always done that very, very smoothly. But sir, it's really shocking and surprising for the fans to actually digest this defeat, because what we saw in Australia, all of a sudden, what we are seeing back in our own backyard, uh, really, really shocking and surprising.
Yeah, of course. Like when you beat Australia, like beating Australia is like winning more than Ashes. I think it's a huge thing. Then they have done it twice.
Yeah.
And that is also in the Australians' home front. So I think uh, it is unbelievable to accept this. We lost the first Test match at Chennai. So I feel that I think toss was very crucial, but English team came very well prepared. They went to Sri Lanka. They played on two matches on turning back ranked turner. They did
Yeah.
well. Their captain is leading from the front. So they had a plan. And when you look at England team, I think they are one of the best teams in the world cricket. Talking about the bowling attack, fast bowling. Of course, they are number one, the most experienced fast bowling attack in the world. You know. Then they have a good batting lineup where they have great all rounders. Like
Yeah.
Stokes can come in, and today he got Virat Kohli's wicket very crucial time. See, these are
Yeah.
the players when you have, and it's a process, and they always believe in process, and they have done that homework very well. So they have a players who have T20 players. There are players who are playing one days. There are players who are playing Test cricket, and they give them all the players right opportunities. And they are focusing what they want to achieve in cricket. So their priority is always has in Test cricket, and they always done that. And I thought we were a little bit underprepared. That's what I thought. We could have played at least one practice game among the in our team. We didn't play practice game at all. We came from Australia, no doubt about it. But match is a match. Ashwin, came back. Must have rested a lot, but at least he should have played a match or some. How the guys they should have just match feel. That's what didn't happen. That's what I felt that they should have called some India players and they could have played a one match at least. On a turner, ranked turner in Chennai condition. So I think they came from Australia where the ball comes nicely on the bat, and that's what the
Yes.
Indian batters. That's what the Indian batters loves it. And this
Yeah.
is a group. They are not the best of the batsmen of spin bowling. And we forget about like Rahul, Lakshman, Sachin Tendulkar, Ganguly, Virendra Sehwag. They were the destroyers of spin bowling. But this lot, I have a small doubt about the spin bowling.
Yes, we could have played some practice game, which means that there was lesser planning going into this series for the England series, which England came with a lot of planning. They played in Sri Lanka, came here, and you talked about the muscle memory that you're sort of playing in Australia on a trust on a wicket which you can trust and play your strokes. You can complete your strokes, but once you come here on a low and slow wicket, you have to really hold your horses, hold your instinct, play as per the situation. That wasn't happening.
Absolutely, because see, when you look at the batsmen, the way they got out, and England came with a super planning. They read the wicket so well. They read wicket better than us. And that's what I thought we made mistakes. And when you look at when we bowled to them, also we made a mistakes. But full credit to their batter, their captain, the way he batted. He didn't allow any single bowler to settle down. He took his time. But spinners, he was always on the top. In any batters who came from dressing room to bat, they were on the top all the time. Once they went through a first session, second session, and any team which fields about 180 overs in a test match,
Yeah.
it's not going to make it. They are not going to make a comeback. Because you're tired, you're fielding for 2 days. Then you're going to bat. And England were fresh, and that's what the advantage they got in the England team. So I think we lacked. I think we can come back, and we are playing at home, and Indian team has done that. and still there's enough time, sit down and go on drawing board and come back strongly in next test match, But they
Yes.
played us out in all department.
And if we would have won the toss, you think the result would have been slightly different?
Mm, I think when you look at the bowling attack, fast bowling attack, especially when they played with, I think their Jofra and Anderson is their key fast bowler, leading wicket taker in world cricket. One of the best I have seen, so far, and he's been outstanding. He's getting, I think it's like a red wine. He's getting older and it's getting better and better, getting more matured. So I
Yeah.
think their batting, I think batting still, I think England batting is still vulnerable. And apart from the captain and Stoke, when you look at the other batters or Butler, they are three experienced batsmen. But when you're looking others, like all the others are very young. They are trying to make their mark in Test cricket. They also batted well. They spent some time. Their partnership is very key in Test cricket, and that's what Joe Root showed. Every player came out to bat. They had a good partnership going. They spend more time on the wicket. The ballers got tired because Bumrah, Ashwin, they have bowled a lot in Australia. So
Yes.
they see, it's very difficult. It's not easy to bowl first spell, second spell, third spell, in Test cricket. And when you
Yeah.
look at Ashwin, he's bowled a lot of overs in Australia. So
Yeah.
with age, he's not young, Of course, he's a fighter. He bowled superbly in second inning, got 6 wickets. But when you're fresh, if you have that, uh, the nip in the bowling, it makes a lot of difference. And doesn't matter it's a turning track or flat wicket. Ashwin bowls superbly. He's always a top bowler in world cricket. The Bumrah, when you're depending on Bumrah a lot, it's going to take a lot of toll on Bumrah. So I think first spell, second spell, he gives hard out. But Ishant Sharma, I was very impressed with Ishant Sharma.
Yeah.
He was playing after a long time and he bowled superbly in Test. He came back in the second spell, third spell superbly, and he was at it all the time. But I think we missed out on few things. That's I think the first inning total was huge. And when you want to win a Test match, when you're putting on 558 runs on the board, it's very very difficult to come back. You can only save the Test match. You can't win a Test match. You know, and that's what I thought that in all department. When you're talking about the captainship of Joe Root or leading from the front while batting was outstanding. They plan each and every batsman. When you look at the all the wickets fell by wickets lost by Indian team, they came with the plan and they got them out like that. They played with the patience of the batsmen and they bowled in good areas. And the spinners or the fast bowlers, they bowled in good areas, and that's why they won this Test match. And
Absolutely.
they played superb cricket. When you are lead of more than 300 runs and you get another 150 runs on the board, and it's very difficult to save a Test match. You can save our Test match. We saved one Test match in Australia. We created history. But pitch like this to save a Test match, a lot of people were hoping, but I had my own doubt. It's not easy at all. Test cricket is tough. Every session is difficult, and wicket was getting worse and worse. To survive there, and for me, I think it was a toss. Toss was very crucial. If India would have scored 400 runs on the board, England would have also batted very differently, and they would have also played under pressure. And our bowler uh, would have been on top.
So we have seen in the past when England score 400 plus runs, they've lost that Test match. But we were hoping against hope that they draw this Test match. But it was really a tough challenge. But what a way that spell of when he got 3 wickets and conceded only 7 runs. Anderson. So had you been behind the stumps, how you would have enjoyed that spell?
Was superbly. They planned it so well. He came on 22nd or 23rd over. So I think he bowled 1 over in the initial 1 or 2 overs he bowled. But England came with the plan. They were waiting for this SG ball. SG ball doesn't swing much. Initially, he's a bowler who can swing anything. In his hand, he's a magician. You can say Anderson is a magician. He's a super bowler with beautiful action and still going strong. He bowled a beautiful line. He read so well. That ball, when the ball was ready, Joe Root gave it to him. You know, and that's the time the first ball, it swung a little bit. He didn't get a correct line. Third ball again, he bowled that ball again. But the fourth ball was beauty. Gill. It was outstanding. Like when the batsman get bowled like this, the wicketkeeper loves it. The ball stumps, about the stumps comes to the wicketkeeper. So it's just cartwheeling. It's that's a great
Yeah.
sight. That he did it twice. In then three balls. And it was outstanding. And way he bowled that length ball, that ball he bowled. Not in the front also, short of a length. That length ball, and that reverse swing is very difficult to play. It's not easy, and especially when the wicket was holding, it was dusty, the ball wasn't coming. So ball does a bit more, and on a dry pitch when it reverse swing. And he has got that nip, and he can do anything. He can bowl the off cutter, he can bowl the leg cutter, he does a
Yes.
reverse swing, he bowls a beautiful bouncer, so you can't go up. So I think he's a master of art of fast bowling. So that spell changed the whole thing. In the morning, we started off very well, but I knew that it's going to come in any time. One or two wickets, and then you two because you're chasing about 400 runs, and you have to survive. You just can't. Okay, you can try to play freely, but you cannot. There's a different pressure altogether, and that pressure came on Indian team. And when you lose a couple of wickets, when we lost Pujara, and when we lost Gill, then everything was, I think it was writing on the wall, straight away. Virat played a superb inning, outstanding inning he played, but difficult piece to survive.
So, but a fast bowler or a medium pacer looks completely different when you pitch it up and pitch it on the because batsman gets less time to watch the ball. When you pitch it short, you get a lot of time to watch the ball. Anderson was spot on. Do you remember any Indian pacer doing it consistently? Because you have seen so many of them, from the greats like Kapil Dev to Srinath. So your thoughts? I mean, any bowler who's done it consistently for India?
I think Kapil Dev was the number one for me. He bowled in that area. Always bowled beautiful outswingers. Beautiful outswingers, in swingers. Initially, when he didn't had in swinger, but later when he had developed that in swinger, he was bowling that area. He'll never bowl a bouncer. He'll hardly bowl a bouncer.
Yeah.
And that bouncer will be definitely a wicket-taking ball for Kapil Dev. And he used to always bowl, and that speed he used to bowl. That ball used to skate through what Anderson bowled today. You know, and those days in Paji even played, there was no SG ball. Later stages, the SG ball came in.
Yes.
Yeah. So when initially he's depended on more on the swing, and hats off to Kapil Dev, for that. He bowled in those era where the ball was not doing reverse swing. But once he learned that reverse swing, and when the SG ball came to India, he started bowling the reverse swing. And he was always on spot on. Kapil Dev never missed a line. And today, what you saw of Anderson, that length is not easy. You can say it on TV. A lot of people are saying we should bat like this. The bat should come like this. Oh, those two delivers were beauty. Beauty of the ball to Ajinkya Rahane and Gill. And Gill was set. He was batting 50. Getting
Yes.
out like that. He'll have a nightmare. Next test match when Gill goes for batting, he'll be thinking twice what to do about it. But Ajinkya Rahane, it was too early in the inning. I will not say anything about Ajinkya because it's very difficult. When the ball is reverse swinging, your feet movement and all those things doesn't come into that synchronized way. So it's very not easy. Once you get on, you get 30, 40, spending 1 hour on the pitch, then And that's what Virat Kohli did. And Virat Kohli was settled by the Anderson came in. He knew what to do, and Virat Kohli is a master of reverse swing, bowling, batting. So he batted brilliantly. Superbly. It was not easy.
Yeah. But sir, does Rahane's form worry you a little? The way he's got 100 which was the defining 100 in Australia, which got back to help us to get back so strongly in the series against Australia. So he's struggling a little bit against spinners. That's what everyone is, throwing up those numbers. But are you concerned? I mean, team management isn't, but there's a lot of talk and how do you take away. I mean, Rahane is a very sorted guy. There's no two ways about it. But
See,
is it a
numbers is always good to discuss.
yeah?
Numbers is always an interesting topic on TV.
Mm.
People talk about numbers and this and that, but I talk about match winners. I think for Ajinkya is for me is a match winner. He was a turning point for me in that Australia getting 100, and he's a tough character. Don't underestimate Rahane, his performance, his leadership quality, the man of integrity, the way he led the team, got Indian team back. So I think for me, I will play Rahane blindly. I will back him. There is no question mark about Rahane. Numbers, people play with the numbers, but for me, he's a match winner, and he's a super player as well.
So there's also a strong sentiment the way he led the side. He allowed everyone to be what they want to be on the field. Now Virat has walked in. India lose the first Test match. He played the first Test match in Adelaide. We lost that game. Virat, of course, had to go on a paternity leave. But sir, I mean, this debate and Rahane should be. There are a lot of former cricketers who have already expressed that Rahane should be captaining the side in the longest format of the game. What are your thoughts?
See, it is again the team management selectors' job, but definitely team which has come back and won the Test match, Test series in Australia. I think Virat Kohli for me is number one player in Test cricket, in World cricket, one of the best batsmen. So I think, see, it's too early to debate on this. I think Virat is known for his honesty, and he's a guy who will decide when to go off. That's what Dhoni did it, and that he knows about it. So I think it's not unnecessary to create all the hassles. India has won the series, done very well. When Virat last time was there, we won the series in Australia. So now just he lost two Test matches. Definitely, any captain who loses Test matches, he doesn't like losing Test matches. There is extra pressure, and definitely that pressure will be there on Virat mind, and he'll be thinking about it, you know. But for me, I will not tingle with Virat captainship at the moment. I think we need to go ahead. It's the first Test match, and you never know. I feel that India will come back very strongly, and they have to show their characters. They won the series in Australia. They will have to come back. We are playing at home series, and they will have to come with some super plan against England to win the next Test match, and put pressure on them. Other, if we lose next Test match, there'll be pressure on us. Then there'll be huge pressure on Virat Kohli also. Then there'll be a debate about Virat captainship. But at the moment, I think we have to think about the next Test match, how to win that Test match. We are playing at Chennai only, how the wicket will play, because now the ball is in our court, because these guys have played on turning track, and they have beaten us, and they know how to bowl reverse swing, how to bowl in this condition. Even the spinners will bowl better in the next Test match. So how to
Yes.
counter-attack them, how to plan against Anderson, how to plan against Archer. I think we'll have to go on a drawing board, and who takes the initiative, how to dominate them. I think they'll have to do that and come back very strongly next Test match. So for me, I think Sundar Washington has done very well, but we need to see how Kuldeep can fit in, or
Yes.
when the Jadeja is coming after two Test match, we need to play right arm leg spinner, or we need to play Kuldeep. Definitely Sundar Washington gives that batting strength,
Yeah.
but two off spinner, I think the things becomes very easy for batters. And for me, I think what Ashwin line is length, and Sundar Washington line lengths are slightly different. I feel that it'll be harsh to drop Sundar, but sometimes you have to play the right combination to win a Test match. So probably the think tank will decide how to go about it. And Kuldeep, I feel that he'll give a different combination, different uh, uh, ideas for the captain and for the England batters to think about it. Because he is a guy who has got them different varieties. And he is hungry. I feel that if you give him opportunity, I think he can bowl well. Nadim was struggling. I found that because he has not played cricket for a long time, and straight away coming in Test match. So after pandemic, it's not easy. But
Yes.
I feel that if Kuldeep is given chance, I think he's a Test bowler. He has done well in Test cricket, and he's a variety. Variety is always helps to win a Test match. He's again a wicket-taking bowler, and he can pick wicket anytime. It's not
Yes.
that he's just a bowler who bowls up and down. Sometimes I find Sundar Washington more who can control the game, but Kuldeep, he can given a time, he can get you wicket any time in the daytime. He can get you a breakthrough. He can get a 5 wicket haul and win a match for you.
But you know what the team said, and Virat also said after the match that Kuldeep was not considered because he brings the ball into the right hander. They wanted someone who can take the ball away from the right hander. So that's why Kuldeep's selection was not. I mean, they couldn't justify selection. That's why he was left out. Uh, so I don't know how the combination will be there in the next. But definitely, they will be changing the bowling
I
lineup.
think I think the Sundar Washington also ball brings in only. So
Yeah.
there would have been three, but I thought Kuldeep has got a ball which goes out also. You know,
Yes. The
he's
googly.
a
Yes.
Chinaman bowler. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that variation, and on this pitch, he was bowling outside the off stump and making batsmen dry on this pitch and slow pitch. A slow
Yeah.
bowler bowls better. On the
Yeah.
flatter pitch, I think bowler like Sundar Washington, where he gets a good bounce, he's got a good height. He'll be useful in Australian condition, but in Indian condition, I think Kuldeep will be better.
Absolutely. And are you happy, sir? Because you're the best wicket keeping coach in the world. I know that for sure. With the way Rishabh Pant kept in the entire match, it was a turning
I
track.
think no. See, I always believe that turning track is enjoyable to keep wickets because you are in the game all the time. Because you are at it all the time, and it's very interesting to keep wickets on turning track, and that's what he was enjoying. He was in the game, he was chapping about all the time, and uh, the way he collected some ball was outstanding. That caught behind to the yesterday was also superb. So I think he did very well. Still there is some work to do with Rishabh, but he's young. I think he's 23 years old. We have to give him time to settle down because see, with experience he's going to keep on improving, and he'll be one of the best wicket keepers in world cricket in future. When I remember Adam Gilchrist came in, and he was also struggling. Even Dhoni struggled in initial phases of his career. A lot of
Yes.
people called me, I think, that time also that Dhoni, where he's not a test wicket keeper, but he went on to become world number one wicket keeper. And Rishabh Pant
Yes.
has got something special about his batting, his attitude in the game. So I think for me, I'll back Rishabh Pant, and if he misses a couple of catches, doesn't matter. But with experience, he's going to give you another 10 years, and he's going to win. He's a match winner for you. So I think uh, Rishabh has improved. I saw a lot of improvement in this match, and he'll keep on improving. With the confidence.
So why does he drop those sitters at times? Whatever we've seen, is it because of lesser footwork? Because he's in a rush. He's a young man. What exactly are the sort of thing you need to be a very sound keeper like you have been for India, like MS Dhoni was, as he learned, he learned the tricks of the trade. He became so good behind. You're so safe. I mean, it's such a
See,
beautiful feeling for a bowler that whatever I do, keeper is there to support me.
see, see, catching, dropping catch, or dropping a missing stumping. It's part and parcel of the game. You're going to take some catches, you're going to drop some catches. You're not going to take 100%. You're going to miss sometime. But don't make it a habit. You're going to miss two, three catches in a match. That's not a good wicket keeping. I think I always believe that okay, you might miss one, somewhere, but the consistency is very important for wicketkeeper because that gives a lot of confidence to the bowler
Yeah,
and the team management and the captain. That's where the
yeah,
captain starts believing in you. So I think Rishabh has got some small issues. I think that can be sorted out. I think he needs a help. He needs a good wicket keeping coach who can help him and prepare him for all the matches. All the time when you play at home, because see, when you play at home, Chennai again you're playing on the red soil. This time I saw a lot of red soil on Chennai. We come to west, it's about red soil. When you go to the north, it's a black soil. If you go to east, it's a black soil. So every different ball game it is, for wicket keepers. When you go to Australia, it's a bouncy wicket. So you need
yes,
to be prepared. Like you are bowling coach, you are fielding coach, you are batting coach. Why not a wicket keeping coach? I think that's what I think the team management and the BCCI should think about to help these guys because you have three wicket keepers who are going to be a future wicket keeper. Or there could be more wicket keepers who are doing so well in domestic cricket. Ishant is there, Sanju Samson is there, Rishabh Pant. They all are young. They need help, to build their career in the wicket keeping. So I think they need a help. That's what I feel that somebody should analyze him, help him out. Talk to him day to day. What are the good things he has done? What are the right moves he has done? What are the areas he need to concentrate? What are the the small techniques he need to improve. So I think that will help Rishabh Pant big time.
So perhaps keeping at the highest level because of the predictability of the bounce is become much easier. That's why people want to see a keeper who can bat first and then can keep. So that's the sort of situation we are facing right now, which is not
No,
right.
no, no. I don't think so. I think if Rishabh was not a good keeper, he would have not picked. Because he's a good wicket keeper. He's young. He's going to miss something, but he's going to make big time impact in Indian cricket. And that's what he has done. When you're batting at number six, coming and getting those hundreds and seventies and eighties, 70s and 80s, and winning a match for India. I think
Yeah,
that's very key to any wicket keeper, and that's what the team management looks for it. That's Rishabh Pant gives it the right balance. You know, Rishabh Pant gives the right balance, and that's what the team is looking at. So I think I feel that a lot of people are very bit harsh on Rishabh Pant. And for me, I think he gives a fantastic balance to the Indian team. I had nothing wrong with Ridhiman Sam. He's one of the best wicketkeeper in world cricket.
yeah,
But unfortunate part is that Rishabh is a better batsman, and he gives you a left-hander batsman who can comes at number six, because a right and left-hand combination makes a lot of difference to Test cricket as well. That's what Rishabh Pant does it. And I love his ruthlessness. On his batting. You know. So that reminds me of Adam Gilchrist, who comes at number 6 or 7 in Test cricket and wins the Test match for you. And that's for
yes.
me is Rishabh Pant.
So you would never make Rishabh Pant play as a batsman alone.
No, I will play him as a wicketkeeper batsman because that gives you then you have two wicket keepers in the team, then you'll lose out on your extra bowler.
Yeah, that we did. But I remember that 2019 semi-final game against New Zealand. We had three wicket keepers in the playing 11. MS Dhoni, Dinesh Karthik, and Rishabh Pant. Batters,
But Rishabh,
wicket.
but Rishabh Pant should have gone on the tour before only.
Actually, yeah.
He went on late, or Ambati Rayudu should have gone on. But that's part we can
Absolutely.
debate and discuss. If India would have reached finals, nobody would have debated this. But now because
So
India lost in semi-finals,
somewhere, I thought, when we came back after Australia, I mean, what a series win. I mean, I'm yet to. I mean, it's the entire win is so big, and then you face something like this. It's very. Uh, I mean, how do you see that coaching staff? What sort of role will they have? I mean, they've done enough. They've shown enough in Australia, and now this kind of situation, your back is against the wall again once more. And Test cricket is not easy. But how do you take it up there again? I mean, same venue, same sort of wicket will be prepared most probably. It's going to be really challenging.
yeah, of course they'll be under pressure because after a great show in Australia, where they came back, they drew the Test match and they won the last Test match. So I think that definitely they're experienced team. They know how to come back. They know how to come back against the best teams. Ravi Shastri will definitely have a good chat with them. They have a good support staff. And Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, Pujara, they are the key people who are going to motivate the young people, in the team. And Ishant Sharma, don't forget, he's also one of the most experienced cricketer. So I think
Yeah.
they'll have to come back. They'll have to come back with some plan, something different, and go at it, each and every player of England team. You just can't just go through the flow and win a test match.
Yeah.
So what bowling combination they're looking at, what are the batting lineup, they have. So, but I will not get panic. We are playing at home, and we have done that in Australia also. Why not in India? And we have done it in past also in India. So I think India has got a good chance to win the series. Still I believe in Indian team.
Yeah, and you have to ride the wave. I mean, after such a big win in Australia, I mean, this is not fitting the situation. I mean, the way we won, so it's little tough. So does it also mean that England are a better side than the Aussies right now in world cricket?
Of course, I think they are the one best team. When you look at Australian batting lineup, they are. I think don't think they are that class of players. What England has got. In England are they are keep on changing their team. Like look at the batting. They're batting some of the batters are sitting at home. So I think the batting lineup they have, and with the pandemic, they are doing changes also. I think Butler will be not available for next test match. He's going home. So
Yeah,
they have this process system. They are believing in that. But I think for me, they are one of the best bowling attack in world cricket, especially the fast bowler. Spinner still I find little bit inexperienced, but
yes,
with this
yes,
experience, they're going to keep on growing. And they believe in process, and that's what they're doing. And Joe Root, I think, he is one of the best. Ben Stroke, he is in all format. He's one of the best all rounders in world cricket. Still he give him a seaming track or bouncy wicket, he'll be at you all the time. And Chris Broad sitting outside. You have Jofra Archer. You have Chris Wokes sitting outside, is all rounder. They have got a fantastic balance. So I think uh, they are super balanced team. And they have about 20, 25 cricketers they have. And they can play them anytime in the team. So for me, I think they are not going to be easy team to beat in India. That's what I said earlier also in one of my interviews. Like I think one of the papers that I think this team is going to be tough to beat. Because they come with a plan and they came with a plan and they conquered it. I think they played super cricket. They didn't give an inch to Indian team, and all the sessions they dominated. We're talking about batting, bowling, fielding, some outstanding catches, great bowling, and outstanding batting. So I think they played with Indian mind. On this their first Test match.
and sir, I somehow feel that it's not about the Indian team, those 11 boys doing well on the field. It's also we have to have a strong coaching system, which we have. We have to have a strong selection policy, which you took those really tough calls. When we have to change from Ganguly to Rahul Dravid. Now also we've seen sort of sentiment that if you're a bowler, you have to bat well. The batting bit is giving so much of thrust on the batting that you have to bat well. Lower order will do it. And somehow I feel that we are putting a lot of pressure on the lower order to bat through with the one top order batsman. So that one thing. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
See, Jadeja is not fit. That has given
Yes.
a big blow to Indian team because he could
Yeah.
bowl about 50 overs, 30 overs in a day. And this sort of wicket, Jadeja would have been outstanding, because way the line he bowls, he's got a beautiful arm ball, he's got that sharp turn, he's 20, 25, 30 runs plus in the fielding, and the way he's batting, I think he's been superb, So I think that's where I think Sundar Washington came in the team,
Yeah.
and that's a problem we have now. So how to go about it? So I think next Test match, Sundar Washington also got 70 runs, but the bowling, we need a wicket taking bowlers because Bumrah and Ishan Sharma, two fast bowlers in Chennai. Bumrah has played a lot of cricket, so we need to look after him. I hope it doesn't break down or should not get overtired. Also, he got other two Test match, three Test match to go. You know
Yeah.
and yeah, he should be rested somewhere, one of the Test matches. We have Shami, who's really ready to go. There are young fast bowlers who have done very well. But I feel that on Indian pitches, how to bowl is very important because Siraj and Shardul, I'm very impressed with them, both of them. They're outstanding. They did very well in Australia. But Indian pitches, you need a good experienced bowler like Ishan or Shami and Bumrah. The three of these guys are going to be very, very crucial for us. If you don't get a breakthrough initially, these guys are going to sweep you all the time, sweep you, reverse sweep you. All the shots are going to come in. And that's where our spinners are getting disturbed.
So, but sir, it was a little surprising the way Rohit Sharma played. He got two beautiful deliveries. First inning from Archer, second from uh, the spinners, Mr. Uh, Leach. So it was like you can't do anything about it. So, what are your thoughts, Rohit? A lot of question mark about his form in red ball cricket. But I to me he's still the best opener. This is the best opening combination we have in right now, isn't it?
See,
Shubman and
Australia,
Rohit.
yeah, yeah. The way he batted in Australia, it was superb. It looks solid. He got out. But when you look at the delivery he got, first inning and second inning, it was outstanding. The first inning delivery, Jofra Archer, I think anybody would have got out. You have to be lucky. I think that's a beauty of the delivery. On this flat wicket. and it was climbing and it was cutting apart. And the second inning, the ball was beauty. It looks, see, on TV, you can say your foot was straight or a foot should have come angle like this, that. But that sharp turn with the new ball, and if you try to play with the foot across slightly and the ball doesn't swing a turn and come straight, then you're leg before also. So it has become very difficult, with the third umpire, and the DRS system to go and pad up. I think it's because the umpire gives you out if you pad up. So I think he went the right way. Okay, you need to be lucky, sometimes, because I've seen a lot of batters were beaten. Like Shubman Gill was beaten or Pujara was beaten, so they didn't get out. But you need a luck factor. But for me, Rohit is a brilliant player. A brilliant. He'll show you in this another two test matches. You'll see what he does. He's a class player. A class player.
Yes. But one more player who's been your student also. We are waiting for him to start bowling. That will add so much balance to the team. People are talking about Jadeja. It has to be Hardik Pandya for me. A medium pacer who can bowl with that 140 plus and can bat so in such ruthless way in that 22 yards. When is he going to start bowling, sir? Any update from on Hardik? When is he going to be fit to bowl?
I had no idea he started bowling or not, but he's very fit, ready to go. He must have started bowling also in the nets. I had no news, but he's a brilliant player. I think when you look at the right combination, right balance, especially when you go overseas, he's brilliant. Even in India also, we're looking at Rank Turner. You can always play with Hardik and play with one fast bowler and play with three spinners.
Absolutely.
So that's where the comment on rank turn, around the rank turn. It's not that on the flatter wicket, you always need a two fast bowlers. But on rank turn, I think Hardik gives you that number 7. Imagine Shapan and Hardik batting, at number 6 and 7.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
fantastic, and Jadeja coming at 8.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So yeah. So I think
I was,
that's super.
I was, yeah. So I was thinking, can't we have 3 medium pacers? Ishan, Bumrah, and Hardik, and Kuldeep, and Ashwin, and that
Yeah.
complete. That's a better.
See, you won't get the right combination. You won't get the right combination. You need to get the right combination, and especially when you go abroad, you play with 3 fast bowlers or 2 fast bowlers, then you play with 1 all rounder, and then you play with 1 spinner. Or 2 spinners. You play with 5 bowlers. You need to test cricket to play with 5 bowlers. On rank tenor, you can play with 4 bowlers, but on a good track where you go abroad and you have to play with your fast bowlers, and plus 1 all rounder, 2 fast bowlers, 1 all rounder, and 2 spinners.
So whatever they come back strong. We need a lot of calmness and like the way we played in Melbourne, in Sydney, and in Brisbane. We hope that thing continues, sir. Thanks a lot for coming on SK Live, sharing your sentiments on a match which we thought India would crush the opponent very easily after a high in Australia. That didn't happen. You have to bite the dust. This is life. It goes, one day you go up, second day you're down.
No, Test cricket is not easy, and England, they love the playing Test cricket, and they're very competitive. They will not give you inch, and that's what they showed today. I think now India is under pressure, and people can talk a lot, but Test cricket is Test cricket, and it's tough. You saw this 5 days, where they played. They came with a plan. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, superbly, decorated, and they showed their class, and played with the patience. That Test cricket is patient. You have to have patience. Right moment, you have to strike it, and that's what they did.
Absolutely. Come Saturday, we want to see a different Indian team, what we saw in Melbourne. Thanks a lot, sir. And
we have a good chance of winning this. We have a good chance. I think, mind my words, I think definitely India has got a good chance of winning the Test series.
Wonderful, sir. On that
Right.
on that note, thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
We hope
Pleasure.
India comes back strong. Thank you, sir. Good night.
Right.
Thanks, sir.